now flex. Flex, alive is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, tryna stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. It's the first Monday of the year, ain't it? Come on in, smash the like button. Like the video, hype the video, share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel to do anything for us because he wants nothing for us. We got to do it ourselves. Yeah. Once again, this morning, I'm going to put the mirror in front of you fraudulent goons, coons, and buffoons. I'm going to put the mirror in front of you. This isn't a session about dragging Brian Norman Jr. I'm just going to ask y'all a question. I'm going to expose how much of a special piece of work you clowns are. But I ain't going to let y'all do it. I'm not going to let y'all do this to this young man. Nope. Not going to let you do it at all. I am not going to let you do it. Drew, what are you talking about? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. You guys are living, walking contradictions, man. And it's further proof that this is why you don't, I'm talking to the real supporters of the sport of boxing. This is why I tell you people have to qualify to talk boxing with you. There's always been boxing with me until the industry and the fanatics prove it's otherwise. With me, it's always been boxing. With everybody else, it's been something else. And now it's on to the next. And what? Brian Norman Jr. ain't got no fans no more? That's what we doing? That's how we go. Nope, I ain't gonna let y'all do that. Nope. No. No. Let's do this roll call. G. McCall, True Boxing Night. Stormy B-Man in here with everything. Salute. My brother Steve Elder Mack. Ern Jordan. HMC. Rod Neal, my brother. Houston on deck. My brother Coach B. Hudson in the building. Salute. Derek Gaines, the legend. The brothers UK in the building. Always great to see my brother. Vince Fireborn. Shin C, good to see you. Eric Jordan always supports. Salute. The real Shelton in the building. Eric Myers, Shogun. Oh, it jumped on me. My brother Kondo in the building. What's going on, brother? Retros for life. Good to see you. Michael Ray. Ball Masters Football. Good to see you, brother. Flat Out TV. Antonio MMA. Yeah, we're gonna kick it. Phenomenal Mexican in the building. Jose Diaz. Joy, what's going on? Carlo. Damn, jumping. St. Louis Mix. Michael Ray. Rashad Livingston. Now let's separate everything. We all know what was going on leading up to the battle of the two kings. Devin the Dream Haney and Brian Norman Jr. We all know. And we all know it's DHP over here. But I told y'all before, I knew about Brian Norman Jr. a little before all of you did. You know, Tay Jones is a friend of mine, and we talk behind the scenes a lot. Mac of the South, salute. And he put me up on game 503 line in the building, salute. He put me up on this kid before y'all knew about him. We're going about 6 years ago now. I know about when he sparred with Tank. I knew about that before y'all did. I knew about when he okay, he buckled Bud in sparring. That happened. See, I'm gonna talk about it now. That happened because the day it happened, he called me. Tay called me and said, "Yo, Big Joe Townsend, salute." I was like, "Woo, what?" So Brian Norman, I been knew he was hitting. Coach Eddie joins the panel sometimes. He knows him personally. So the rumors were true. And I knew that before y'all did. I just never spoke on it. When I finally got to see Brian Norman, I believe it was on ESPN, he slumped some kid. Right? Was there discrepancies in his game? Yeah. But I'm not here to talk about the discrepancies. I'm here to talk about the fan base and what actually happened. That's what I want to talk about. I just wanted to give you a brief background. I knew about this young man. When the Normans were in New York promoting the Fatal Fury, shout out to my brother Town Biz, because he's the one that got me that credential. I was there. I got to meet the Normans. And I met Senior, Del Riv, salute. I met Senior and I met Junior. And I knew right off the back when I met Junior, this dude is laid back. If he don't talk unless he has to. If he'd keep to himself, he would. He's what I call an old soul. He probably listened to the same jazz and funk music that my age group listens to. He probably listens to all of that. I'm dead serious. He strikes me as that person. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with dudes like that. They have to have the latest pair of sneakers, or they just didn't care about that. They were just on some other. They just didn't do that. It was, I wear this $5 shirt. I don't care. I'm good. Cop Aborigines, Corbin Phoenix, Philip D in the building, Mind of Montemusa, salute. So I picked that up about him. We dapped it up. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, Tay Jones sitting right there in the front row. He's like, oh, what up? I was like, yeah, that's my man. So, it was everything was cool. I said, I like that kid's spirit. He wasn't flashy. He wasn't like out loud and trying to sell himself or nothing like that. He need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, I respected that. In 2 seconds, I said, you know what? I like that kid. And it was just business between him and Devin. Now, it's DHP all day over here. But it didn't mean that I had some kind of animosity or anything towards Brian Norman. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Sorry. Had to answer that call. It's important. So Brian, this was just business, and we all know what was going on leading up to the fight. Brian Sr. was everywhere promoting. All right. Now let's just talk about that for a second. He was everywhere. Black Jericho, salute. He was everywhere. He was on everybody's podcast. He was even in places I didn't think he'd ever show up at. I'm like, whoa, what's he doing there? But he was promoting, man. He was on fire in these YouTube streets. I don't know if he was on Twitter or not. Y'all would know more than me. And he was just promoting his son. And this was their shining moment. This was their highest payday, and they had an opportunity to make waves. Because as we all know, like I said last night, there's money in fighting Devin, and there's bragging rights if you beat him, because everybody wants to see him beaten. And he tried to seize the moment, and he came up short, and that's just life. One thing that I didn't get involved with was because, as you know, Brian Norman Sr. did my show, right? One thing I didn't get involved with was when it got, out of hand. Now, let me say this there's certain things that people cannot say that we can say on this end. Brian Sr., Hen Dog salute. Brian Sr. did, in my opinion, he lost it. He took a lot of this stuff very personal. He did the judo flip when he talked sideways about the general. That was like bizarre to me. We tried to let him know, look, all this love you're getting right now, it's fraudulent. It's fraudulent. You can focus on your opponent and not attack everybody around them. You know what I'm saying? That because this love you're getting, we told him what it was. We told him it was, I didn't personally tell him, but it was said out loud. The people that are supporting you, those aren't real supporters, man. A lot of them are, some of them are, but a lot of them aren't. These guys are just jumping on the bandwagon because they want your son to do something that nobody can do. And if you lose, you're going to see what it is. These guys are going to disappear. Some of these guys in the media are going to turn on you. And it got out of hand. Y'all were here for it. It got out of hand. And as of January 5th, 2026, after the fight, it didn't take long. It didn't take long. And I paid attention to these things. I said, yo, hold on. No one's not going to still talk about this kid? He's not trash. In my opinion, Brian Norman Jr. is still every bit the killer he was before the bell rang, before he fought Devin. The fight just played out how we told you. And the thing is, y'all don't want to admit, the haters don't want to admit that Devin is not who y'all want him to be. Y'all don't even think he was trash. Y'all know he's not trash. Y'all just want someone else to do his dirty work. Y'all wanted Brian Norman Jr. to do what you wanted Tank to do, but Tank won't even get in the ring. Ryan won't even get in the ring. Rolly won't get in the ring. Teofimo won't get in the ring. Boots won't get in the ring. The list? There was nothing but space and opportunity to fight to fight Devin Haney. And Brian Norman Jr. is the only person with the heart to attempt to do what nobody else on that list wanted. Nobody else on that list wanted to do that. So that's what we're talking about this morning. Where'd y'all go? How dare you abandon Brian Norman Jr.? How dare you? And I'm not even talking about what Brian Norman Sr. did or whatever. Now, us over here in the LDBC, if you want to say we can have a legitimate gripe with how Brian Sr. handled things, you can say that. But that's our gripe, if it's even a gripe. That's not yours. I want to know where y'all went. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all not LDBC. I'm not talking about my brothers and sisters in the chat. But y'all know who I'm talking about. There's a lot of people like that. Where's the support for this kid now? What happened? I'm putting the mirror in front of you. Y'all are frauds. The psychology behind y'all is just, it's outstanding. It speaks volumes. It's every bit what we thought it was. Aaron Butler, salute. Jalen Hudson. My brother Todd French in that super chat earlier, he says his support faded out like Michael Jackson, like MJ's pump shot. Hashtag Cook Drew. Michael Jordan. Salute. Salute, good brother. Thank you so much. 503, I agree with you. I don't understand why people, please, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. And I'm not going to let you, now listen to me carefully. I'm not going to let y'all do this to another black fighter. Yeah, I'm going there. Oh, but Brian Sr. Yeah, look, man. I can exercise the same mechanics with Brian Sr. that I do with Bill Haney. Why y'all worried about what Brian Norman Sr. say? He's promoting his son. He's promoting his son. Did it get personal on our end? It did. It did. I ain't like what he had to say about 78. I heard it. I say, nah, bro. That's fucked off. But watch this. that's him. That wasn't Junior, y'all. They're both grown men. Junior never said that. As far as that was concerned, Junior is just a victim of circumstance. He's the fighter. I think Senior got a little beside himself and he forgot who was actually supporting him. And that's what happens with the true term of doing too much. That was it. He was doing way too much, and that's just my opinion. But I never lost focus. I understood what was going on. Emotions ran high. And I said, man, 2 months out to the fight, he needs to limit to one appearance on the internet and focus on, what him and his son is doing. He's talking too much. He got to relax. Because one thing I did notice was Bill got quiet. And I said, he's quiet. That means they focused. They taking this fight serious. Because Brian Norman Jr., you fuck around and you will find out. You will find out. And DHP understood that. They said, look, we're going to lock in. Fuck all these interviews. Fuck all the internet banter back and forth. We locking in. You can't make a mistake with this kid. One mistake and you're waking up off the mat like, yo, what happened? Yeah, left hook happened. And we don't want to make that mistake. We don't want to be those guys. So let's lock in. And that's what they did. And that's what people are saying. Tay, good morning. That's what people are saying. They said, I don't think that Brian Sr. was locked in. Now, I don't know. But I had to separate that. And all you saw in the ring that night was a difference in experience. That's it. It happens. It's boxing. But I want to talk about where you fools at. I'm talking about big media and you clowns in the chat that was popping up. What Brian gonna do and how it's gonna end. I'm like, all right, well, we gotta see it. It could end that way, but let's see it. And we saw what happened. Why y'all abandoning Junior for? Where y'all at? And that's all we was trying to convey to Senior. This love you getting, if you don't win, 70% of it is going to disappear. 80% of it is going to disappear because only 20% of it is real. And look what happened. I've gone into comment sections, people putting up random videos after the fight. Now those I'll look at. Like I don't know who this person is, but let me check the comment section. And I did that specifically for this fight. And the things I was reading, I didn't even bother to screenshot anything, man. It was just disgusting. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. I knew he was trash. I knew he was a hype job. Who'd he beat anyway? Man, I'm starting not to believe what they said about him in those sparring sessions. I'm like, oh my God, I knew it, bro. I knew it. Some of you fanatics, I really mean this when I tell y'all are like girls. Y'all are like girls. Y'all are specifically like girls. Y'all like the popular boy in school, and then the new kids show up, and he's doing a little bit more and looks a little bit better than the dude you've been sucking off the whole time. And now it's on to the next. Because a lot of you clowns, y'all are not, y'all are like girls. Women, they'll deal with bad looks if a dude has a deep bank account. You heard what I just said? Women are attracted to power. You heard what I just said? And that goes both ways. Pay attention. That thought process is how and why a woman could have a rich, wealthy man. When it's time to get that back dug out, what do? They'll go right into the shitty neighborhood and start dating Pookie. I'm not getting smashed like I want to get smashed at home. Or there's just something about Pookie's swag. Y'all remember that old MC Lyte song, Gotta Have a Roughneck? That type of shit. That's how you fanatics think with these fighters. And the truth is, y'all were never Brian Norman Jr. supporters. Y'all never were. Y'all were frauds. There's also an old song on Onyx album, the first album. It's called The Next Niggas. Suck in the next niggas, you know. I seen a nigga hairy stink ass and my girl on her knees. She was sucking the next nigga. That's y'all. That's y'all. Whoever Devin signs to fight, y'all become a fan of that opponent. And the difficulty is, there's a list. And everybody on that list has a fan base. And none of you can root for anything. You're left with nothing because everybody on that list said no. Every last one of them. That's why when my live went up yesterday, I blocked, you know, that delusional clown from Baltimore. I blocked the hell out of him. That dude is sick, bro. That dude is sick. We can't be friends. Don't come over here like it's water under the bridge, dude. I don't want to be around dudes like you. Let me read this super chat. I'm gonna touch on that for a second. TC the Christ is my brother in that super chat. He says, sad that Norman is exactly the type of guy that should gain fans after a loss. Yes, but we know the hate is for Devin, and they discarded Brian after. Yes, and that's what I'm exposing. Brian didn't deserve that, man. Brian did not deserve that treatment. That's bullshit, man. And I can only hope that Senior learned this lesson. I can only hope that. I can tell that he didn't understand how this YouTube thing worked, because it got to the point where he wasn't promoting. He was just going places and just fussing with people. And I'm like, nah, he don't have to do that. He does not have to do that. And as the fight got closer, he should have been less and less on the internet. If you want to just upload training on your social media, do that, but stop talking to these people. Stop. Because had he had won, they'd have been a rock star. For the time being. These guys just wanted you to do a hit job for them, and you failed at that. And now everyone abandoned ship. Hey, man, people tried to tell him about that, but that's something else. That's something else. I'm not dragging him. I understand how he got caught up. I watched it in real time. Y'all noticed leading up to the fight, I just didn't speak about it until the week of, because it got very uncomfortable on a personal note for me. And y'all know, it just got uncomfortable for me. But it's over now, and it's turning out to play out exactly how I knew it would. And I'm talking, Junior don't deserve this. He doesn't deserve this, and I'm gonna tell you why. Salute to Eric Jordan in that super chat. He says, fake ass fanatics, they're afraid of the ninja sword. You already know, man.
Give power to my nigga sword!
Supreme Beast, my brother Red in the building. Royal Constrictor, salute. Brent Fox in the building, salute. Exactly, I still support Brian Norman Jr. I still do. Ken Corleone, salute. Felix, what up? Chilltown. I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. Andrew 100, salute. Kawhi Elliott. Jim Diamond, salute. Let me park there on that fool, Jermaine Franklin. And I'm being serious when I say this. And I know he got like 1 million troll accounts. He's one of those dudes. That man is sick. There's a few sick people out there. There's a few sick people out here. He's sick. Yeah, Phenomenal Mexican. Yeah, I be acting out, bro. But he's sick. And if you know, you know. Maybe y'all don't know. Maybe I need to play that video. And I'm parking here for a reason. Because y'all need to know what we're dealing with here when I talk about these fanatics. Let me open this up. Just so y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. I need you to pay attention. When I say fanatic, this is what I'm dealing with here, or I choose not to deal with.
By your command.
Do you hate yourself? Do you hate yourself?
I'm talking about me being directly involved with Tank's team. That's what I'm talking about.
You not.
Now you heard what he said. You heard what he said. Y'all remember this. A lot of y'all were here. He's talking about what he heard. He said that he was directly involved with Tank's team. You heard what he said.
Directly involved, yeah. Yes. I'm telling you something I heard directly from the team.
I heard directly from the team. This is what he's telling me.
Okay. You guys are haters. That's what that is.
You're a liar.
You can't handle the truth. How do you know I'm lying? How do you know I'm lying, Drew?
How do I know he's lying? First of all, his temperament is all off. So I called him a liar. I called him a liar. And I've watched him prior to this the whole time. I said, this dude is a liar, bro. You ain't involved. He ain't nowhere near Tank's team. But keep watching, though, and keep listening.
You didn't even know the man said he was trying to fight Pitbull.
He didn't even know that Tank said he was coming back to fight Pitbull. He didn't even know that. So Rich Porter calls him out. I call him out. You didn't even know that he said he wanted to fight Pitbull?
Even if he did say that.
Goalpost move. Even if he did say that, that's something that he would say. No, bullshit. We're talking about you not knowing that he was coming back to fight Pitbull Cruz. He didn't even know that. Now, if you're involved with Tank's team, you would know that much at least, right?
I gave you the reason why. I gave you the reason why, but it's not good enough for you.
Man,
it's not good enough for you.
He said it. You didn't even know that Tank said that. He said it. So BFTB calls Tank's OG, whom I met in New York. Right?
So, OG, do you know somebody named James Franklin?
I mean, the dudes don't call each other a lot of times, old names or real names. They don't really. Where would I know him from? Like that? I mean,
He say he in Tank team.
I don't know who wants to take me.
Hey, hold up a second. Hey, say what's your name, bro? How you know?
Well, I never said I was a part of the team.
You see that? See that?
You the liar, bro. Never mind. OG, my bad. OG, I apologize to even put you the liar, nigga. You said that this morning.
I'm talking about me being directly involved with Tank's team. I never said I was a part of the fucking team or inside the team. I said I was close to the team. I talked to the fucking team, which I fucking do. So
who are you close to? Who are you close to? Who?
That don't matter. I don't need to.
So then you're not close to nobody. Then you're.
Let me give you a quick example. When Tobey Maguire was shooting the first Spider-Man, I was at work right? We was doing the detail. I was at work, and he came up into a Subway's. We didn't even know it was him. He had on a baseball cap. We all about to pay for our sandwiches. And he says, no, I got it. We look. We was like, oh, shit. It's like, I got it, guys, man. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you. I was like, oh, man, thank you. He bought us all lunch. There was like 6 of us. I was like, man, that was Tobey Maguire. One motherfucker didn't even know who he was. I said, dude, he's filming Spider-Man, I said, oh. Now, does that mean I know Tobey Maguire? No. Could James have been in the gym and Tank's team was in there just talking shit amongst themselves, but he's on the sideline just trying to eavesdrop? Does that mean he knows him? He might have been around Tank's team, but they don't know him. I used to do security for a bunch of these rappers in the 90s. They might know my face. They seen me years later. Yo, don't I know you? Yeah. I worked with you. They don't know me like that. I don't know them like that. Seen some things, but I'm not like involved with them. Worked with them a couple of nights. That's it. I don't know them. Phenomenal Mexican, you stupid. Captain Ginyu? That's what's up. Ginyu Tokusentai. I don't know him. I don't know these guys. Just did a job. MJ, what up? He may have been around some people. And you know what? I don't even want to give him that. He saw them walking up the street. Tried to bust a Yui. Almost ran over a baby. He's a Tank fan. They do that. Almost ran over a baby and a woman, crashing a couple of parked cars. Yo, Tank! He just kept walking. Oh, that's my man. Wife in the car like, nigga, didn't I tell you I gotta pee? You made a U-bop for what? For what? Him? Will St. Clair, salute. For him? This is a grown-ass man, y'all. Lying like that.
Not close to nobody. Because who I'm close to just called me.
How do you know I'm lying? How do you know I'm lying, Drew? I never said I was a part of the fucking team. I'm talking about me being directly involved with Tank's team. I never said I was a part of the fucking team. I'm talking about
this ain't pathetic, bro.
Me being directly involved with Tank's team. I never said I was a part of the fucking team. I'm talking about me being directly involved with Tank's team. How do you know I'm lying? How do you know I'm lying, Drew? I never said I was a part of the team.
D4L, salute. Unique Dawn, salute, Queen. What makes you think I want to even keep a dude like that around me? K-Rod, salute. What makes you think I want to keep a dude like that around me in my chat? I don't want dudes like that. Bob, salute. I don't want dudes like that around me. That's not even, I put some like comedic value behind the things that I do, but seriously, I can't have dudes like that around me. You know that shit, that's a grown man. Village Brother, salute. You know that's a grown-ass man lying like that? You know that? I don't play with that. If you took that video and showed it to his wife that kicked his ass, y'all know about that? Told him get the fuck off the live and all kinds of weird shit. If you showed that, I doubt she knows the depths of his infatuation with this boxer. If you showed that clip to his wife, I want to know what his wife will say. I'm just curious. Some women will be like, well, I don't even know what's going on. But if you sat her down and explained, yo, look, no, this is why this is serious. and you're sleeping with this dude. You probably reproduce with this dude. You pay bills with this dude. This is what you have in your house. He's infatuated. And then you want to try and pop back up in my chat like it's all good. It's not good. That shit ain't funny, bro. That's not funny. Now, why am I bringing that up? Because it's those type of Tank fans that jumped on the Brian Norman Jr. bandwagon. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. No, all support is not good support. It's not. You don't want fanatics around you, bro. You do not want fanatics around you. They're dangerous. They're dangerous. Y'all know Selena? Y'all remember Selena that was murdered by that woman that was in her camp? She was a fanatic. She was crazy. She was a fanatic who so happened to be on the payroll. She was a fanatic. Y'all remember that movie with Wesley Snipes and what was that? It was Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro. The Fan? Go watch that movie, man. Go watch that movie. Fanatics are crazy. Mega salute. Yo, fanatics are crazy. I broke down the definition of a fanatic. That's why I don't like calling myself a fan. It's short for fanatic. Fanatics are crazy. They're obsessed. And those are Tank fans. Y'all are obsessed. Whether y'all are slurring and stuttering all over the goddamn internet, like your boy Max 7. Grown ass man says he has a poster of that dude Tank in his house. Not of Malcolm X, not of Muhammad Ali. I mean, those things make sense. You know, retired fighters. Because I'll get it. An active kid who hasn't done shit, and you sit down and ask him, hey man, what you got a picture? Okay, what does he represent? Do you know him? No. What has he done? Pedraza. Okay, and what else? Knockout power. Well, who's he fight? Pedraza. Who's around his weight class? So you start firing off all these names. Okay, was he gonna fight him? No, he got to do nothing. So you got a picture of a fighter in your house hanging up for your wife and your kids well, you're not married. For your 5 baby mamas or 3 baby mamas and 5 kids to see, hanging up in your crib. I just looked this up. He got like 7 to 8 people around him that you say he could beat. That everyone's active and in their prime. And Tank is one of the oldest ones out of that whole group. And he won't fight him because he don't have to. So what are you celebrating exactly? Try explaining this to someone who doesn't know anything about boxing. They're going to ask normal questions. I've tested this theory already. Kev, what up? This is fighter A, this is fighter B. And fighter A is not fighting fighter B. I did this already. Not an 86 in that super chat. Salute. I tested this theory already. I was like, the person was like, wait a minute. So if this guy beats everybody, why is he simply not doing it? And then they start trying to explain business to you. Like, no. Fuck all that. There's business in beating his contemporaries. There's money in that. There's bragging rights in that. This is boxing, right? I beat this guy. I beat that guy. Bragging rights, AKA resume, right? Those are the type of guys. And the reason why I brought that up, because every last one of those guys picked Brian Norman to beat Devin. Not because they knew boxing, because they wanted to see Devin lose. And that's what we were saying. The support for Brian was fake. There was only a handful of guys that really fuck with Brian. And salute to them. Hell, I fuck with Brian. I just said he's not beating Devin. That's it. It was only a pick. All that extra shit, nah. No. The quality of fans, of supporters, I'll say. The quality is what I'm interested in. I got below 10,000 subs. That's from the mud. I ain't do no tricks, nothing. That's from the mud. I had my own viral moment or whatever, and it worked for me. Fine. I'm not buying pre-made channels. I'm not running around doing all these tricks and getting 1,000 subs. And, you know, you get 100,000 subs, you click live and only 10 people in there. The math ain't mathing. I never did that. It says 123 people in here right now. That's out the mud. If you see value in what I do, I appreciate you. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm giving you my perspective. This takes work. I'm a content creator, not a content hater. That's why I can go to other places and send super chats, because I want them to keep giving options. They say things, all of my brothers and sisters say things that sometimes I didn't even think about. Like, oh man, that's right. Let me send them a super chat. The International Quiet Storm, salute to you, brother. For those of you that don't know, this brother right here was one of the original moderators on the Kevin Samuels show in his chat. Salute to the International Quiet Storm. I'm always happy to see him here. Salute to you, good brother. I appreciate you. Pep talk tonight, y'all. I got a lot to say. We start off the new year right. Pep talk tonight. The Rollie, salute. Yeah, K-Rod, that story about Selena, I watched that movie. That was so sad, man. I remember when that happened. Like, I was like, what the? I ain't listened to her music, but we knew who she was. I was like, whoa, what? And what happened? And then when the case was solved, I was like, why did she do that? That chick was a fanatic. Camaro, salute. Now, I mentioned that movie with Bobby D and Wesley Snipes, The Fan, right? Now, watch this. Y'all remember that movie, The Incredibles? Great film. Syndrome. He was a fan. You know how they say sometimes you're not meant to meet your heroes? He took it that way. He was an annoying little boy, and Mr. Incredible's out here trying to work. And, you know, it's like, hey, man, I appreciate the love, but young boy, little man, you got to get out the way, man. You can fuck around and get killed out here. I'm trying to work. You in the fucking way. I appreciate the love, but step to the side. And then that one night, Mr. Incredible said, look, man, go. And he spazzed on him. And Shorty went home and snatched the damn shit off the wall. And he created a supervillain. But the supervillain was infatuated. Hate is love. He really loved that nigga. That's why BFTB could curse out these same clowns every goddamn night, and they come back every fucking day. They really love him. They really love him. I don't want niggas like that close to me, bro. Freedom's March, salute to you in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. Always supporting. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you. I don't want that type of love. I don't want you infatuated with me. No, bro. No. I'm just the guy from the Bronx who loves boxing, and the sport of boxing don't love me back. That's all this is, man. That's all this is. I could do without that. Because the moment I don't read your comment, or I miss your super chat, or I don't get your Cash App or whatever, next thing you know, you snatching my picture off the wall and I'm creating a supervillain I ain't know about. Do you know how sick this? Listen to this. The message behind, see, a lot of this shit is real dark when you're an adult looking at it. See, some of y'all look at The Incredibles like it's just another cartoon movie, whatever. No. There's an in-depth, that movie was sick, bro. That movie was sick. That kid was so infatuated by this superhero. And that superhero finally spazzed on him, and he went on a 20-year plan and started killing other superheroes. Mr. Incredible goes to the damn island. He's finding the corpse of all these superheroes that he knew. They're dead. I said, I'm in the theater looking at it like, yo, I'm looking around like, this shit is dark. This is kind of not for kids. It's kind of not for kids. And if baby Jack didn't have those powers, he was going to kill the baby at the end. Forge, salute. That movie was sick. I mean, like, it was a lesson in that. But I said, it's over the kid's head. But as an adult, really watch that movie. Really watch the Charles Toon, salute. Really watch that movie. Noah, salute. I was like, yo, this is kind of brutal, bro. This is kind of brutal. That's why I don't like fanatics. The unique thing about BFTB's show, and it started with the AJ fans about 6 years ago. I watched BF cuss these dudes out. And the next day, they're back. Cuss them out again, and they come right back. And I'm like, hold on. There's something like wrong. This dude done violated you as a man. Isaiah, salute. As a man, he violated you. Y'all got into a cussing match and he kicked you off. Don't go back. If you want to do a live stream and cuss his name, do that. People do that all the time. Nothing you can do about that. But why are you back the next day? For what? Why are you doing that? And I thought it was only, I said, maybe it's a British thing. I don't want to put that all on the UK. But I said, maybe it's just them. Maybe they love AJ so much. But that's creepy. AJ should look at that and be like, why are you doing that? He's talking to you about me. He's talking about me. What? He don't need your defense. That dude's a millionaire. Yeah, Renzo, I heard of him. That guy's an asshole. There's my thoughts. Yeah. And he's crazy. People follow him, but he's legitimately crazy. There's something wrong with him, legitimately. Yeah, Brian, I said this was going to happen. I did. So the psychology of it, that's what I'm breaking down this morning. The psychology. I don't care if they can form a sentence. They might work a job, make good money. They could tie their shoes in the morning. But there's a dark side to them. Sort of like that kid that lived next door, Jeffrey Dahmer. People started asking him, his neighbors, did you think that this dude was drilling holes in people's head right next door? Nah, he was quiet. He didn't bother anybody. I saw him every day, said good morning. Those be the ones. That movie, American Psycho. American Psycho? Saw that movie? He was wealthy. Handsome brother. Well, not a brother. You know what I'm talking about, though. Liked women, but he had a sick side to him. Those be the ones. So when I read these chats, and I'm like, yo, you just blocked this dude yesterday. He's back. Then the next day, he's back. The next day, he's back and back. It's like, what are you fighting against? And the sick shit is, this fighter don't even know you're doing this, nor does he care. You see, on our end, we've defended Errol. We had a relationship with Errol by way of Black Fight Fan. We defend Deontay. We have a relationship with Deontay. We defend DHP. We have a relationship with them. Everybody else, when we see like the racial differences, we just call it out. We don't know every fighter, but we just call it out. Like, yo, look, man, that ain't right. But the way these dudes go, they were going hard for AJ. It was like, yo, hold on. And that's where a lot of the, if it's not boxing, because they can't talk boxing. Chris, what up? If it's not boxing, what is it? We're like, man, you know what? These guys might be sexually attracted to this guy. And then, oh, Drew, it's always a gay joke with you. Look, read that. Read that. Who does this? That was an email sent to BFTB. I said, wait, someone sent you that? He said, I swear to God, bro. Even if you're making a troll account to do that, which I think it is, why would you do this? This is not funny. Look at that. What? Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop. Stop. That's where it comes from. I'm like, man, you know, I really think these dudes, they be crying because it's not boxing. They don't know enough about boxing to have a conversation about it. So what is it? What is it? I was like, you know what? I think these dudes are, because then I've seen conversations in the chat. A lot of y'all wasn't around back then. Nah, Forge, I'm not putting that on all UK fans at all. That was just them. And that's a handful of them. I've watched BFTB's chat with dudes went on a rant. Yo, I don't think, because I hear it in a British accent. It looks like AJ, he could slum something in the bedroom, right? Yeah, I know, right? And it was like 5 of them talking about what they think AJ could do in a bedroom. And then we're like, yo, hold on, what are y'all doing in the chat? Then they say that we're insecure. What? Doesn't that sound like a woman trying to shame a man? Let me tell y'all something. Men, don't let a woman tell you shit. I'm dead serious. I'm just going to say this as a sidebar. If a woman wants to play with your bunghole, as a man, you say no. Fuck out of here. And if you let her mind bang you, or what, you don't want me to do it? You insecure. Why does she want to play with you? Look, that is an exit, not an entrance. I'll say it again. That is an exit, not an entrance. No hole back there should be played with if you think about it. Male or female. Some women are freaky like that. That's something else. But I told girls, man, if you running around with a dude and he can't get off unless he's back there, you need to question that. But men, if a chick is insistent on doing that to you, and you're like, no, and she's like, oh, what, you insecure? Insecure? No. I've taken dumps that were like tragic, that hurt me. Why would I want something up in there? Don't let her try and shame you into that. Because if you let her do that, the first time y'all have an argument and she's trying to set it off, that argument in public, you're like, why is she trying to turn up in public? She don't do this. Yeah, she's waiting. She's waiting to tell the world that she played with your ass and you let her. Now, if you're into that sort of thing, because some of you new cats, bro, some of you new cats are weirdos. Yes, that's weird. That's weird. Some of y'all into that. I'm old school. I don't play, no. It's an exit, not an entrance. We don't play that back there. Fuck out of here. Some of you cats is like that. And when I was watching BF's chat, I stepped back and I looked at my screen like, this ain't happening. They ain't really, there's no LOLs behind that. No, these dudes was dead serious. I said, you know what? These dudes are in love with AJ on a different level. It's not boxing with them. And that's why I tell y'all, don't talk boxing with the casuals. Y'all hear Max 7? There go the general. Exactly, bro. We had this conversation. Yo, bro. Nah, bro. You right? Yo, nah, bro. Yo. Nah, I don't like that shit either. Nigga, yo, hold on. Yo, listen, y'all. As a man, you're not supposed to get kissed on the back of your neck. I don't care how you feel about that. Nah, bro. First of all, if your lady could walk up and kiss you in the back of the neck, you short as fuck. I'm tall. You know what I mean? No. That kissing on the back of the neck shit. Now we go to, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit either. It's like, oh, what the fuck, yo? Fuck. All around strong, salute. I don't like that, bro. Nah, chill. I don't like that's it. That I don't like that either. I don't like that, bro. Nah. Y'all ever like summertime, you walking down the street and something hit you in the back of the neck, and you're like, yo, it's a bug. You're like, oh, what? Nah, no. Nah. No. Catch videos in that super chat. He says, real men wear pink. Real men let you play in their bunghole. Real men should date single moms. Real men should date fat women. What the? Yeah, exactly. That's the atmosphere. And if we're like, nah, we don't want none of that, you gay and you hate your mama. Yo, these chicks, you remember the female Tank fan that came in here, the nappy-headed chick that came up in here? Said that's feminine, talk about Tank. No, bitch. You love that kid, and I'll take that from you because you're a woman. See, your infatuation makes sense because you're a woman. But what's gay is the niggas around you on your type of time. These be the chicks telling you that you're not a man, but they got like 3 gay best friends. Get the fuck out of here, man. Freedom's watching that super chat. He says, shower from the back. Nis. Fuck out of here. Nah, Delano, ain't nothing wrong with fat chicks, man. I'm just saying when chicks try and shame you for having a preference. I don't want to get too far off topic. You know what I'm saying? A few of my friends like fat chicks. That's fine, bro. And they're fat chicks. That's what they call it. They smell great. And they have extra stuff. I'll just say that. Extra booty and it's proportioned, or they got extra boobs and it's proportioned. And they like jumping into all of that. And whatever. Some dudes love big backs. I'm not mad at you at all. Yeah, Rashad, let's get back to boxing, man. Let's get back to boxing. I'm talking about the fanatics, the psychology behind the fanatics. Now, I just mentioned that nappy-headed chick that showed up in my chat the other day. You see, her stance on Tank made sense because she's a woman. She can't talk boxing. I can tell because if she came in here talking boxing, she just started dropping names and started making shit up, using K-Ho's talking points. Oh, well, Devin said, and it was a week between, and then shut up. Tank's the A side. If you want that fight, he took the fight. God damn it. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear that. But she didn't even come in there with that. She came in there, why you talking about Tank? That's feminine behavior. Oh, you can't shame me, bitch. You can't. But your infatuation makes sense. He looks like every nigga around your way that you want to smash or is smashing you. Chicks be having a body count of 20 and they ain't fuck nobody outside a 5-mile radius. So I understand, but your infatuation makes sense. You're a woman. What doesn't make sense is grown men doing that. You understand? Exactly, Freedom's March. It got to be proportionate. You got to have H cups and some wide 50-inch hips and a wide-ass butt. It has to be proportionate. You can't have A cups and a big stomach and a flat butt. No. Need help. Anyway, back on topic. These fanatics, Eric, salute. These fanatics, man, they're in abundance and they got a loud mouth. See, now real supporters of Tank, they're not engaging with me or BFTB or the general. They're not engaging because they know he's messed up. It's okay to say, hey, I'm from Baltimore. I support the kid, but look at this. When you jump on panels just to support him, like we're bullying him. No. Mr. Mont, the real OG. Happy New Year, brother. Salute to you in that super chat. Much love. Thank you so much. We just asking him to do the job. That's all. Salute, Mr. Mont. We just asked him to do the job and he's not doing it. And y'all are celebrating him not doing it. Now, how does Brian Norman play into this? All of those dudes gravitated towards him. And the real Brian Norman supporters got lost in the shuffle. The ones that I know of on YouTube. I mean, the real ones, the ones that, and let me be clear, the ones that picked him to win. And listen, a lot of my brothers and a couple of my sisters picked him to win. That's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's fine. Steve-O, salute. Shemaine, salute. It's okay. My brother Junior picked Brian Norman. The Queen Shawa picked Brian Norman. I think my brother KG may have been, some of my brothers in the US usual suspects, they picked Brian. And that's okay. That's okay. Coach Eddie picked Brian because he actually thought he could win. And he's from ATL. My brother ATL Anonymous Boxing picked Brian. That's fine. There go Junior. There go my brother right there. Listen, man, it's boxing. We've been wrong before. That's fine. That's fine. It's a pick. I wasn't mad at nobody. I wasn't like drawing arms like, oh, fuck that. Nah, it's not that serious. Abdul, salute. It's not that serious. Who's Carissa Codell? Wait a minute. Here this brother go. Wait, hold on. Let's Google that immediately. Let's Google that immediately. Oh, she came right up. Oh, she's the news anchor. She funny as hell. She funny as hell. She thick. But she funny. Yeah. She reads her evil tweets. That's funny as hell, man. Oh, Brent Fox. Okay, he picked. Look, a lot of my brothers and sisters picked Brian. It's just a pick. Look, Junior said, I picked Porter over Spence and Crawford. See? It happens. It happens. It's fine. Somebody's going to be right. Somebody's going to be wrong. But it was always boxing on this end of things. I knew it was. It was always boxing. If this was really 50-50 or leaning more towards Brian Norman, I'd have said that. I'm riding with Devin, but I don't know about this one. This one right here, I don't know, man. I'd have said that. But based off of what I knew, I said, I don't see Brian winning this unless he lands something significant. Everyone's talking about, yo, Devin ain't knock him out. No. Brian got stunned. He weathered the storm. And there was not a moment that he wasn't in that fight. Do you know a hurt man's a dangerous man? At any point, Brian could have landed something crazy. He was strong from round 1 to round 12. Stop it. Brian Norman Jr. is a fucking dog. And I say that with all respect. That's why I don't appreciate any of you fake fraud-ass fanatics jumping on his balls just because he was fighting Devin. Because he don't deserve that. The psychology behind you fake-ass dudes is outstanding. I see all of you. Y'all are ridiculous. He deserves better. I got love for the young king. And y'all are not going to throw him away like this. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. It's a boxing match. He lost. The man's still dangerous. Now, let's talk about Devin Haney's list. And I said this last night, and I'm going to say it again. I think Brian Norman beats everybody on Devin Haney's list. Prove me wrong. Because we know he'll fight him. Y'all remember when Brian Norman Jr. was the boogeyman? Oh, don't nobody want that. Not even Boots wants that. Here come Devin. I'm going to go to 147. He got himself a belt. From who? The man that nobody wanted to fight. Uh-oh. Here we go. So now that that's over, Brian's still there. Now what? Nobody on Devin's list could beat Brian Norman Jr. Nobody. Let's go through the list. Let's go through the list right now. Let's do it right now. Who beats Brian Norman Jr. on Devin Haney's list? So now, let's say this is Brian Norman Jr.'s list. Who beats him? Teofimo? Nope. Nope. Ryan Garcia? Nope. Gary Anton? And I know he's not on the list. He's just talking. Nope. He don't beat him. He don't beat him. The distance gets closed in that fight, and Brian nails him with something evil. Nope. Who else on that list? Keyshawn Davis? Nope. Nope. Brian too strong. Sorry. Who, Tank? Nope. He whooped his ass already. Made Tank say, hey, y'all got a real champion in Atlanta. Why do you think he said that? Because Brian whooped his ass already. Why do you think the industry was saying that Brian was going to beat up Devin Haney? Because they knew what Brian was doing in the gyms. You think they didn't know? What they found out was that Devin was that dude. But never mind that. Who else on that list? Who else on the list? Put a name in the chat on the list. Let's talk about it. Nobody on Devin's list beats Brian Norman. Nobody. So where'd this boy's support go, man? Brian washes everybody. Manny Pacquiao gets put in a hospital. Manny Pacquiao takes a dirt nap like Apollo Creed did against Drago. $1 Dream says boots. That fight was supposed to happen. It was supposed to. They're both at 47, right? Why'd the fight ain't happen? Refresh my memory. Did Eddie Hearn have anything to do with that? There you go. Delano says Gary Anton, Russell, Tank, Africa will beat Brian Norman. No, no, and no. Africa won't even take that fight. Let's be for real. Africa talk a good one, but he don't want it. Tank already got his ass beat, which is why he would never take that fight. He got on his Twitter and said, no, you got to, was it Twitter? But I know he said it, and Brian Sr. was on my show and said, yo, we beat Tank up in sparring. Tank like getting his ass beat in sparring, don't he? Tank to Brian Norman is Daniel Dubois to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua wasn't leading with him knocking out Daniel Dubois wasn't leading his career saying, hey, I sparked AJ in sparring. He wasn't leading with that. That was a rumor inside the industry. And then when he went pro and started making waves, they asked him, did you really knock out AJ in sparring? And he just looked around. He said, yeah, I did. But it's sparring though, right? And then when they fought, what happened? Slumped him badly. Had him planking. He brought back planking. You remember planking? He beat AJ's ass. There was no part of that fight that he won. That just happened. That's Tank and Brian Norman. But if I'm wrong, what does Tank need to do? You see how that works? If I'm wrong, what does Tank need to do? Without talking about weight training. If you sparring these dudes, what's all this weight shit that you're doing in the pros, man? Shut up. Gary Anton Russell, nah, I'm not giving you that. He gets in the pocket with Brian Norman and he gets hit with something ugly, and he gets slumped. Fuck that. Tank, Gary Anton in Africa, dirt naps. Africa don't even get in the fucking ring. Eric Jordan in that super chat, so he says, don't get it twisted. Brian is still the boogeyman. He is. Because you know what else is happening with that list? Now that Brian has lost, everyone's like, whew, now I ain't got to fight him. That's what y'all doing right now. That's what y'all doing. Huh, I ain't got to fight him. Let me go and grab these fucking belts and I ain't got to fight him. I ain't got to do nothing. Because every time he's mentioned, he lost to Devin Haney. Yeah. Yeah, he lost to Devin. But let's see, y'all in the same division and you making moves. Wait, hold on. Is he your mandatory? What's going on here? See how that works? Apply Devin's list to Brian Norman. You get the same outcome. Number one, he beats everybody. Number two, nobody on that list is going to want to fight him. Who's calling him out? And I don't want to hear, oh, well, you know, he's coming off a loss. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. No, Drew, but, you know, your fighters ain't supposed to fight anybody coming off a loss. Well, Isaac Cruz coming off of a draw, that's not a win. And who's Isaac Cruz coming off of a draw against? Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach. So let's see. He's coming off of a draw, right? Lamont Roach is coming off of a draw against Isaac Cruz coming off of a draw. And the Tiki Tank fans are saying, oh, I'm cool with him fighting Isaac Cruz. I'm like, wait a minute, bro. He beat him already. He beat him with one hand. I watched the fight. He beat him with one hand. All I saw was Isaac Cruz being a one-trick pony. I've seen that more than once since that fight. I said, you know, he's fun to watch. He throws a lot of bombs and shit. But he's a one-trick pony. If he can't land on you clean, there's no plan B. The plan in Isaac's corner is outwork your opponent, close the distance, and land something. Just throw more punches. That's the plan. All right, hold on, Brent. Hold on, Brett. Give me 1 second. All right, I just sent that to you, Brett. So you have it. Yeah, man. Look. I'm not going to let y'all do this to this young man. Now, it's okay, Brent. I can multitask the best way that I can. I'm not going to let y'all do this to this kid, man. I'm not going to let y'all do it. Y'all are fake as hell. Brian Norman Jr. deserves a fan base. And I knew this was going to happen, and it frustrates the hell out of me. And y'all basically, y'all are virtually trying to throw him out. My only hope, he's a former champion, so he still has some pull. My only hope, I haven't looked at the rankings. My only hope is that his next fight is against somebody significant. I haven't looked at the rankings. And I hope that he can prove to y'all that he's every bit. Millisecond salute. My only hope is that he can prove to y'all that he's still what I know he is. That's exactly what they did, Hen Dog. They jumped off the boat. And the fraudulent psychopaths, they're sick in the next nigga duck. If you get what I'm saying. And I can't stand you guys. And that's why I tell y'all, casuals are, I'm telling you, we need to tune those dudes out. I mean, it makes for viral moments and funny conversations. I'm not doing that no more. Once I can identify you as a fool, I'm not letting you on my panel. That shit is over. I needed to fucking do that because a lot of times I'll tell people, yo, people like this exist. They be like, nah, not to that level. You're exaggerating. No, I'm not. Y'all heard it all 2025. Y'all heard the Mag 7s. Y'all heard the James Franklins. And that right there, that's the scariest part, that James Franklin shit. Because he's the type of liar that, when I say psychopath, he's the type of person that'll probably pass a lie detector test because in his mind, he believes his own bullshit. Y'all know about that? A person that is so sick in their mind, like they're mentally ill, they could start telling you about pink elephants flying through the air, but in their mind, they really saw that shit. They could take a lie detector test and pass it. Got you looking at it like, wait a minute, he really saw a pink elephant? That doesn't exist. No, he said he was standing outside and saw it. Where? What time? Wednesday at 12 o'clock. He was locked in that padded room in a straitjacket all day. He wasn't outside one time. How the fuck did he see that? In his mind. He believes it. Now, what the fuck makes you want to talk to a person like that? You see what I'm saying? That nigga got on my stream and said something. Exactly, Corner Girl. That guy. That guy. When you believe your own bullshit, that's dangerous. All those chicks that was on the Maury show, you are the father, you the father, you the father. I was watching one back in the day where she had like 4 dudes. It was a Spanish chick. She had 4 dudes on stage. One of you was the father. And 3 dudes like, yeah, I slept with her. I wore a condom. I slept with her, but I ain't finished. So I slept with her, but I don't know if I'm because she get around. The 4th guy was like, I never even touched her. Yeah, we was at the party, but I never touched her. I don't know why I'm sitting here. I don't know why I'm sitting here. And don't you know, all of those dudes were not the father. But if she had took a lie detector test at that moment, she'd pass it on at least 2 of them because she believes it. That's what you call a dangerous mind. Dangerous. And when you're a man talking to me about boxing or a boxer, and you have to lie and say I'm involved with Tank's team, and a lot of y'all niggas don't know BF, he has a direct line to that team. And they don't have a problem with the things that he's saying. You know why? Because he's not lying on the kid. Why do you think I say when I talk about these fighters, I'll be like, stop me when I'm lying. I ain't got to lie on him. I ain't got to make nothing up. And then he got on BF's panel later on the same day. The same day. And BF had Tank's OG on the phone. He was like, I don't know who that guy is. Does he have another name? He said, well, what's your name, James? And then James says, what? I never said I was a part of the team. Bro, yes, you did. Then you want to pop back up in my chat like it's all good. No, bro, you're a dangerous liar. Family, don't ever put anybody in your set like that. You don't associate with people like that. That shit dangerous. That was dangerous, y'all. I don't take, bro, he wasn't aha, LOL, I was only fucking around. No, he stood on that. You see, James, if you came in the chat, I was like, y'all just bullshitting, Drew. No. You came in here and tried to have a normal conversation like what you do is normal. No, that shit normal to you, buddy, not me. That's whack. Nope. Hell no. I don't deal with dudes like that. I don't even play with them. Mag 7 just retarded. And I'm done playing with that. Done. The psychology of a fanatic. BF called him a faggot 77 times. The moment I get the mic and I ask him a question, he spazzed on me. I'm like, whoa. Then we went back and forth and I said, you know what? Okay. Fuck out of here. Not even gonna play with that. Stay away from me now. If anything, I extended Max 7 some courtesy. Did I not? You'd have thought I called him a faggot 77 times. I didn't do that. Y'all heard how BF talks to these dudes? And what do? They come back. What grown man comes back for that? AJ fans, Tank fans, Bud fans was doing that for a while. Crazy stuff here. I see this stuff. The psychology is messed up. Then they try and project, oh, you a Devin Haney dick rider. Okay, we've been Devin Haney dick riders. We've been Errol Spence dick riders. We've been Deontay Wilder dick riders. Where does it end? Stop me when I'm lying. All kinds of weirdos and characters here. And again, because Lomachenko really beat Devin. And again, because the motherfucker gets cursed out daily. Snatched his wrench the other day. I heard it. And guess what? The nigga probably gonna be in this chat tonight. It's crazy. I don't get you. Well, I get it. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are out y'all cotton picking mind, y'all slaves. Marcus Walls in that super chat salute. He says, for the grind, salute and happy New Year. Salute to you, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for your support. Everything. Marcus Walls been down from the beginning. Salute. These are just things that listen, am I lying about anybody I've spoken about? And why do I keep bringing up that particular fan base? Because the type of that fan base gravitated to Brian Norman, not because they love Brian Norman, but because of what he could have potentially did. And now y'all gonna leave him high and dry like that? Well, I'm not doing it. I'm always gonna talk up Brian Norman Jr. I'm always gonna talk him up. He didn't do nothing but perform to the best of his abilities, man. He's young, he's still hungry, and he'll knock your fucking head off. He'll knock the head off of your favorite fighter. Who's your favorite fighter? Ryan Garcia? You think he wants that smoke? Rolly Romero? Think he wants that smoke? No. Let me ask you a question. You saw how Lamont Roach fought Tank in the pocket, high guard? Listen, and I say this respectfully. You think he's doing that with Brian Norman? I hope not. I hope not. No. You don't do that. You don't do that. Yeah, well, Devin's smart. Whenever Brian got close, he tied him up and spun him and got right out. That's boxing. That's IQ right there. Y'all dickheads call it running. That's IQ. You don't slug with Brian Norman. That's a recipe for disaster. You know what'll happen to you. And they were prepared. Y'all wanted Devin to lose so bad to the point where you abandoned the ship on this young king right here. Not gonna let you do it. Nope. I still support Brian Norman Jr. because I see what y'all doing. And I'm going to go here. At the end of the day, this young king is black. Back in the day, the rivalry between Erik Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera didn't divide the Mexican community. A lot of y'all weren't around when that happened. A lot of y'all wasn't even watching boxing when that happened. They celebrated. You had Team Morales, you had Team Barrera. But I walked by bars and they were just in there partying and drinking beer and screaming at the screen. I said, look at that. It was all love. They weren't gangbanging. That's something reserved for you dumb niggas to be doing out here. There was no El Mariachi gang style guns in the suitcase, in the guitar cases, shootouts over Morales and Barrera. I never saw it. And I was in Manhattan walking by all the bars, looking in there. Like, look at that. It was like a goddamn soccer game in there, but they weren't fighting each other. Barrera, Morales, hey! They drinking beer. When it comes to us, y'all see the internet. If you abandoned Brian Norman Jr., it's shame on you, man. You're nothing but a silly fanatic, and he don't need your fucking support. You're full of shit. Majority don't like boxing anyway. Y'all don't know boxing. Y'all infatuated with someone's nipples. Yo, man, I like Brian Norman, man. He a handsome brother, man. Yo, man, why you always talking about Tank, man? His nipples are like 2 Hershey Kisses, man. You know, AJ's, the reason why he lost to Andy Ruiz is his gum shield was too tight. He really looks like he could hurt the woman in the bedroom. Nigga, what? I swear to God that was said in the chat. What? His gum shield was too tight because of the size of his cock? What? And then you wonder why I got all these faggot alarms out here. Where do you think I put those there for a reason? I'm like, yo, y'all gotta stay away from me with that. Wait, I'm talking boxing. What are y'all talking about? Huh? Shit like that was that was really being said. So I'm trying to talk boxing. They're like, whoa, wait. I'm saying AJ might have a problem with this fighter, that fighter. He don't want to fight Deontay. And you're just disagreeing with me because you think he can smash something in the bedroom. You know what's crazy? I apologize. They never was specific on a woman. They said smash something. They didn't say woman. They said something. He looks like he could smash something in the bedroom. I was like, wait a minute. Am I reading that correct? Wait a minute. These dudes are power bottoms. They want to be where a woman is supposed to be. See, some of y'all like y'all doodle boxes getting tickled. Y'all like that. I ain't judging you. I'm just saying I'm talking boxing. Could you keep your personal shit away from me, bro? Tramel Browning in that super chat. Salute to you. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much. He says, top of the morning, Drew. Haney put out a list with all these so-called top fighters' names on there. Only person showed up was Norman. Salute to him. Exactly. Out of all that whole list, Junior's the only person that answered the call. Think about that. Think about that. I've been saying it. I've been saying it. First day of the year.
Yeah, live makeouts on SportsCenter. Get into it. Oh, what do we got? We got love in the air.
Oh, wow, bro.
Swear to God. Real men can't contain their disgust, bro. I swear to God. ESPN is owned by Disney. You know he had to go have some sensitivity training, but God damn it, that will never be normal to me. That will never be normal to me, but he said, oh, I'm about to get fired. Let me clean this up, man. And why the fuck, bro? Why are they showing any kind of making out on Sports Center, man? And then they put this. Yo, this is the funniest goddamn thing. Hold on.
Yeah, live makeouts on Sports Center. Get into it. Oh, what do we got? We got love in the air.
Oh, wow, bro.
Yo, he was disgusted. Like, yo, what the fuck? Come on, you gotta warn me, bro. Oh shit, that's funny. Oh, that's funny, bro. He said, "Oh, what do we got?" It's two dudes with a beard. That's what the fuck it was, and that's not normal. It's not normal. I don't care what you say. You want to go to religious spin? Do it. It's not normal. You want to go the scientific spin? Do it. It's not normal. It's not normal. Science, religion, wherever you want to go. It's not normal. Now, what you choose to do, that's entirely up to you. All I'm saying is that in the realm of boxing, leave that personal shit away from the facts. And all of those people that were running behind their favorite fighter, because Shakur got some weird-ass fans, Tank got some weird-ass fans. Who else got weird-ass fans that are anti-Devin? I don't think Hitchens got fans like that. Keyshawn, he was bubbling and he goofed himself up. Ryan Garcia's weird-ass fans. When this fight got signed, they think, oh, Devin gonna get it now. Devin got the dub and the belt. And you know what? What we said was absolutely correct. Y'all stay away from Brian Norman Jr. Because he don't need, you know the old saying, with friends like this, who needs enemies? He don't need you. The young king, Brian Norman Jr., don't need you. Devin don't need you. He don't need you. Shout out to the real supporters of Brian Norman. Shout out to the real supporters. Just like, again, yo, we out here, we defend Devin because he's doing everything that we say we want a boxer to do. Errol, Devin, Deontay. They actually was doing shit that we wanted him to do. If you in or around his division, he wanted to smoke. Period. He wanted to smoke. While I'm watching his contemporaries and his silly-ass fan base make excuses as to why their favorite fighter can't fight these guys. Get over it. You guys was never official. And I'm going to say this. This is part of the reason why Tank Davis ain't fighting his contemporaries. Because he sees shit like this. And the moment he gets in that ring and gets his shit beat in, or he's on the bad end of a loss, He already told you he don't want to be a meme. He's scared to lose. He already done said that. He said things that an insecure fighter says. I never heard Deontay say that. I never heard Deontay say, oh, I lost because I was outweighed by 50 pounds. I never heard him say that. Never heard Devin complain about that. Ryan want to come in overweight? Fine, man. We restructured the contract. We still fighting. What he didn't agree to is to fight a drug cheat. He didn't agree to that. Errol said, hey, bud, you know what? I'm going to clean up my side of the street, then I'm going to come get you. At least he did it. At least Errol got in there. Your favorite fighter won't even get in there. There's names on the list. Brian's the only person that answered the call. So you know what? Y'all apply that list to Brian Norman and tell me who's beating him on that list. And if you think they beating him, Brian's still there. He's coming off a loss. Fight him. Put the nail in the coffin. 2 losses in a row. Devin could do it. I could do it, right? Tell your favorite fighter to fight Brian Norman. I don't care if it's Isaac Cruz. I don't care if it's Lamont Roach. I don't care if it's Keyshawn Davis. I don't care if it's Shakur, T.O., Boots. I don't care who it is. Tell him to do it. Tell him to do it. So the question is, where do all his fans go? Fanatics do what they do. All these chicks want to date the star quarterback in the school until he blows a game. Because y'all are attracted to power. Y'all are attracted to what's hot. And Brian Norman had the potential to offset your ideology. You guys, a lot of you guys are really Tank fans and everything else. Go back to Tank and justify him fighting a guy he beat already with one hand. The guy that was supposed to retire in 2025. So now, wait a minute. The richest boxer in the world, according to y'all ideology, richest boxer in the world can't afford to retire because he ain't make that bag. So now he's coming back for Isaac Cruz, a guy he beat already at 140. Then he's supposed to fight Lamont Roach. I believe it when I see it. At 140, right? Or is he going to try and get these guys to come down and weight? I'm going to tell you straight up and down, Isaac, don't take that fight if he wants it at 135. Don't take that fight if he wants it at a catch weight at 37 or 38. Don't take it. If Tank don't come to the full 140, a fight where he a weight division where he came to and caught a knockout and won a belt. If he's not doing that, don't fight him. Everybody wants to Tank fight. No, they don't. He tried to fight El Rayo. Y'all forgot? El Rayo moved up to 140. He said, El Rayo, let's fight. All right, cool, let's do it. All right, come down to 135. He said, what? We just won a belt at 40. We ain't coming back down there. Because El Rayo would have beat his ass at the full 140. No, he wouldn't, Drew, because Tank didn't go to 140 and fight him. That's why I know. Tank tried to drain him like he's been doing. And he outsmarted himself when he fought Lamont Roach because he brought Lamont Roach up from 140. I'm sorry, from 130. But when they rehydrated and I'm looking at them at the stare down in the ring, I said, yo, Lamont is about 147, 150 right now. And he fought him in the pocket. Knocking Tank upside his head, knocked the hair grease out his head, made him take a knee and all that, and got a draw. I'm thinking Tank gonna run that back immediately. So let me get this straight. You fight Isaac Cruz, you outbox him with one hand, you go to his locker room and say, a new star is born. Lamont Roach fights you to a draw. No one was really checking for him. Fought you to a draw. Some people, like myself, said he won the fight. And you don't say nothing. You don't go to his locker room. Yo, man, see? People slept on you. That's why I gave you the shot. You nice with it. We're going to run it back, though. A star's born. You couldn't do that to your brother, right? All you Tank fans that want to ask me, yo, Drew, you black, right? Yeah, I'm black. And I'm watching your boy and not so much. Curtis, what up? We black though, right? Did he go to Lamont Roach locker room? Yo, good fight. Let's run it back. This is why I gave you the shot. Niggas are sleeping on you. I told people you was nice with it. But I'm going to get you in the next fight. We didn't get that. We got, I'm not running it back immediately. My next opponent was in the building. And then we found out it was Jake Paul, a whole heavyweight.
What?
A whole heavyweight. Then he gets on the Twitter. F you, Shakur. I'm not fighting you. And Lamont Roach, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. Oh, I'm sorry. The Lamont Roach fight was supposed to be happening, but then he had illed out with some personal shit, right? Got arrested. Remember that? And Lamont was like, told you, you're going to try and find a way out this fight. Then he wants to go to a strip club and have a fight. Remember that? You try to wife up a bottle girl, right? That's what you did. And blew your own $40 million payday. I ain't got to bend the ring. All of y'all going over to Saudi and bending the knee and kissing the ring. I ain't got to bend the knee and kiss the ring. You kissed Jake Paul's knee. I mean, you got on one knee and damn near proposed to Jake Paul. And you couldn't even get that right. Now, the richest fighter in the world, according to Tank fans, has to fight. He blew a $40 million payday. And what does he do? He's not running it back with Lamont Roach. We're getting Isaac Cruz. A fighter he beat already. And what is his fans saying? It's a good fight. It's worth more money. Really? Why? Because Isaac... Mexican. But you black, right? See how that works? Why are you undermining the black dollar? Let me get this straight. There's no money in Tank Davis fighting Lamont Roach somewhere in the DMV. Tank sat on that stage and he got sunned. He was given a balloon dog, a balloon animal, and he got sunned. He said, yo, I'm signing your check. You're my bitch. And what was his response? That's facts. That's facts. No black person could talk to Tank like that because he's jumping up, ready to fight and throwing up gang signs. But he was well behaved on that stage against Jake Paul, wasn't he? Looked at what's his name in the crowd. Yeah, stay on your side. You went from training world-class fighters to training YouTubers. And he was like, yo, I don't know where the animosity between you and I is coming from. Son of Tank, salute. I don't know where that's coming from. I fucks with you, Tank. I'm just over here doing this. Yeah, you stay over there. You stay over there. You went from training world-class fighters to training YouTubers. Well, nigga, you about to fight a YouTuber. Right? For $40 million. You see, all you gotta do is let these dumb niggas talk. That's all you gotta do. Let them talk. I was confused by the whole thing. I said, God damn. This kid can't be this stupid. Hey, officers, those dudes over there, they just robbed the bank. Yeah, get your hands behind your back. Huh? Yeah, you got one of the bags of money in your hand, stupid. Oh, no, they dropped it, though. Yeah, and you have it, stupid. You didn't say, here, officers. You have that shit behind your back, and you telling us that they did it. We know they did it. But why do you have it? You didn't give it to us. You You had it behind your back. I see it. Stupid. Get your hands behind your back, dummies. That's the mental capacity of a Tank fan. And all of those niggas ran over and jumped on the Brian Norman Jr. bandwagon. And I'm saying Brian Norman Jr. deserves better. I'm not going to let y'all do this to this king. I'm not. Devin's going to be Devin. We always going to support Devin over here. What I'm not going to allow y'all to do is disrespect. I'm talking about you Johnny come latelys. Y'all not going to disrespect Brian. He's very dangerous. This is a key win. And to cut Brian Norman Jr. down is to discredit Devin for beating him. I'm not doing that. This was one of his most dangerous fights. So I salute Brian Norman Jr. and I wish him the best. But you Tank fans and everybody on Devin's list, y'all fans of your favorite fighter, y'all gravitated towards Brian Norman, stay away from him now. Don't worry. I got this. Keep y'all punk asses over there. Stay your dumb asses over there. That's why I'm not letting y'all dumb niggas on my goddamn panel anymore. I did enough of that at the end of 2025, and I proved my point. I've had liars on here talking about I know Tank. I had stuttering fuckboys with legitimately 3 baby mamas and 5 seeds with a Tank poster in his goddamn house. I'm not talking to people like that anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm past the comedy value of it. I'm done, bro. I'm done. I did it. Y'all heard it. And all I can say to y'all is see what I mean. And I only hope that Brian Norman comes back and does his thing. Take that list and apply it to Brian Norman. Take Devin's list and apply it to Brian Norman. Nobody's beating Brian on that list. Nobody. Nobody. And if you think I'm wrong, holler at your favorite fighter and tell him to set it up. In fact, that's a fight I want to see since Rolly Romero's being a punk. Fight Brian Norman. He's coming off of a loss, right? Man, Brian will knock the shit out of Rolly. I think he'll kill Rolly. Big Fish, I ain't talking about Brian Norman's dad. I'm not talking about Senior. You got to replay. You got to go to the top of the show, brother. This really ain't about him. It's about Junior and his fake fan base. Take Devin Haney's list and apply it to Brian Norman. Nobody beats him. Oh, I got Matias versus Dalton. I don't know. Dalton he could box. Matias is a come forward, Michael Myers type of walk forward, punching bag. He could be outboxed. That's a 50-50 fight. But I'm salty at Matias because, why do you have any level of banned substances in your system? I don't understand these athletes today, man. For those of you that have CDLs, what happens if you have a billionth of a gram of cocaine in your system? They're taking your license. You won't go to jail, but they're taking your license. They're like, yo, man, it was just a billionth of a gram. Hey, listen, the rule says nothing is supposed to be in there, man. What are we talking about here? That's the rule. Crazy stuff, man. This is a crazy world we're living in right now, and I don't appreciate it. I don't. Don't appreciate it. So we all know where Brian Norman Jr. support went. And I'm saying that a majority of it was fake, but salute to everybody I know on my end, I know the people that support him for real. And on our end, it was never any malice. It wasn't love one and hate the other. It was just a pick. And we got the answer, but you don't throw Brian Norman Jr. away. Don't you fucking dare. Because to throw him away is also to diminish what Devin accomplished. My words to Brian Norman Jr. is a small setback to a major comeback. And on Devin Haney's list, that Brian Norman was the only person that answered the call. Let's not forget that. Brian fucks everybody else up on that list. Do the math. Pull up the list and look at it. And then my next question is, if you're in doubt about anybody on that list, Brian Norman Jr. not being able to compete, then make the fight. He's a former champion now. He's still highly ranked. Make the fight. The guy that you think could beat Brian, ask yourself why they're not fighting. Tell them to go get Brian. Put the fork in it. Put the final nail in the coffin. Get him out of there. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Pat Greedy says maybe not Boots. I don't know. That fight was supposed to happen. So I don't know. Hashtag Eddie Hearn. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gonna get out of here. A lot of my family's live. The General's live. Coach Hudson's live. What the General's talking about? General talking about, sneakerheads. Air Jordans versus LeBron James shoes, open panel. Coach Hudson's cooking. Black American pound for pound, top 20 box of 2026. Hell yeah. So go to everyone's chat, smash the like button, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love. I might go on late tomorrow. I might go on late. I'm not going on at 9:30 because I have a doctor's appointment. I might go on later. On. So I might, if I do the live, because tomorrow's Monkey Tuesday. If I decide to go live tomorrow. If I miss it, I miss it. But you may see me, you may not, but if not, I'll be back Wednesday, definitely. Pep Talk tonight. 10:30. Before that, me and Stormy's gonna be cooking. Nerds on Culture. Got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of nerd stuff to talk about. Don't miss that. Follow me on Patreon. Follow me on Rumble. I produce and get loose over there because YouTube is on some crotch sniffing. But salute to y'all, man. Much love. Happy New Year. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.